I get in a lot of funny situations because of my speech. A lot of times people pretend that they understand what it is that I'm saying, but in fact, they have no clue. And I know this because whatever I say, they always come back with, "Oh, good for you! Good for you!" When they say that, I know I can say whatever the I want, right? I tell them I'm a world famous gymnast. And I got 5 gold medals. Do I look like a world famous gymnast? No. Maybe like world famous gymnast post-transit accident. I think that's what I more look like. But you can tell my arse is blooming up from Mars. And I say, "Oh, God love me. God love me." I feel like telling them to off. But I don't think there's a point. But I have no idea what I'm saying to begin with. I have a lot of fun with people. I like to use my disability to make people feel uncomfortable. It is so fun, guys. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. If you ever find yourself in a wheelchair, use it. Deal with what God gave you. And roll with it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I like to make people feel very uncomfortable. And I remember doing this since 10 years old, I guess. One time I was at the mall with my sister. I'm so excited. We're gonna go see a movie, got our popcorn, got our drinks, just about to go to the theater, and then my sister runs into someone and starts yapping. I know my sister very well, and I know this is gonna be a very long time. But I'm a good little boy, alright? I don't want to cause any trouble. So I'm trying to stay still, be patient, but I'm a bit jittery, I'm kind of just moving around a bit. And I noticed the missus that were talking to my sister every now and then. She would look at me, they continue to look at my sister, and look at me, and then look at my sister. And eventually she says, "I'm sorry, but is he over there?" And no word will lie, 10-year-old me looked her dead in the eye and says, "No, I'm not." My sister laughed, I laughed, but the best thing was, look at her face. It said, "Oh my God, I still don't know." Awesome, guys. I stand up and bow, but kind of can't do that. So this show was really well prepared, guys. So prepared. Taylor made a Facebook event. You didn't invite anyone. That was awesome. I asked him, "Do you have a door guy or a sound guy?" He's like, "I didn't think about that." Connor asked him, "Do you have a host?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't think about that either." So fucking prepared. The online tickets say 7:30. So prepared. I remember Taylor wanted to film a little skit for this video, little video from this show. So I said, yeah man, I can help out. I mean, they're cutting a big clothes, but we can do it. Right, and we picked a day. And he's like, I don't know about that day. And I said, why not, buddy? And he said, because I'm probably going to be drinking the night before. And I'm not going to be prepared to do the skit. So I'm like, Tanner, you could maybe like not drink for one night. He said, yeah, you're probably right about that. So that Tanner, you see him later. Oh, funny hilarious. I think that's a dramatic effect. Cripples need water too. I'm a growing boy. Oh man. Believe it or not, I used to be a good little church boy. I know, right? It's so obvious, right? With all tattoos. But, you know, I just want to say, I don't believe in God, but I believe in pussy. Right, so, grade 10, little grade 10, 15-year-old me, really like this girl, right? And we're hanging out with her and her friends, and they were part of this youth group. And one day they asked me to go to the youth group. Right? And of course I said yes. Why? Because I wanted that pussy, right? So I said, yeah, I'll go to your youth group. And around the same time, I started like really working out, right? Getting into fitness. I recently found out I could use a treadmill. Which, you know, no big deal for me. I just thought, hey, another great way to work out. But the church people, they didn't quite see it that way. They thought it was amazing. But they had all these questions, and all these concerns. And then one day, the pastor came up to me on youth group and said, Josh, can you get up in church on Sunday and tell your story? I said, what story? And he said, the one where you go on the treadmill, where you're walking. I'm like, oh. And I noticed the girl that I like was paying attention. So of course I said yes. Why? Because I wanted that pussy, of course. So I agreed to go to church on Sunday. Haven't really been there before. Didn't really know what to expect. But when I got there was another bus full of people from another church. There was a church crossover. Wild. So the place was packed. And I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do? Like, do you want me to go up there and talk at least 10 minutes, right? All I did was walk on the treadmill. How was I supposed to say that? Like, spread it into 10 minutes. So give it a little bit of thought. I said, you know what? I'll give the people what they want. So I went up on that stage, and it went a little something like this. Brother and sister, thank you very much for coming out to hear my story. Can I get an amen? Every time I'm on that treadmill, I feel the love and glory of God going through my veins. Can I get an amen? Amen! I went like 10 minutes. They needed our pies. They loved it. They never had any follow-up questions. Right? I would go to the mall, and people would say, oh, we saw your church. We heard your story. God love you. We're praying for you. We're praying for you. I was the biggest thing there since Jesus Christ himself. And awesome. Right? But this story had a little bit of sad ending. I did not get that pussy. No, I tried, man. But 15-year-old me did not realize church pussy is the hardest pussy to get. I don't feel bad now, I feel like I dodged a bullet. Cause she married another guy named Sus, and he got fat. So I think I dodged the bullet there. It might be to be a cripple, but be crippled and fat, boys. I'm not getting out of bed. Jeez. Oh, man. I run into a lot of funny situations with old ladies. Will anyone else say that, bro? No? Touch me? I was hoping it would get a Russell thing, but I guess not. I was in Strobies the other day, right? And I went there with my friends, and but before I even got in the entrance, this little old lady pulled a shopping cart right in front of me and blocked my path. And I'm thinking, what's this doing? Does he not know how to work in shopping cart? What's going on? So before I can say one word, she looks at me up and down. And in the most typical Newfoundland way, she says, "Oh, you poor ducky. Here's $10. Proceed to hand me $10. Now, I wish I could say this was the first time. And I wish I could say it was the last time. But it's neither of those. So, I thought this could go one of two ways. Right? I could tell her off, let her know how rude she being, and possibly make an old lady cry. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like to make old ladies cry. They're not really my thing, right? So option number 2 is I take that $10 and I go home and I buy a dime bag of weed. Can you guess which one I did? So I took that money and I said, thank you! And away I went. And my friends, they caught up to me and they said, Josh, what are you doing? You don't need that money. And you also don't need to encourage that kind of behavior. And I'm like, you know what, boys, you're not wrong. But I look at it as a win-win. They're like, how is it a win-win? I said, well, look at it this way. This old lady, she go home, feel very good about herself. Say, oh, I helped that man in a wheelchair today. The $10 are gonna go so far for him. But what to go to heaven before, I'm definitely going to heaven now. And I get to go home and get hot. It's a win-win, people. Please, you're too kind. You're too kind. They can't do better than Tanner. That won't look good. You better be. Oh my. What else was I talking about? Hey, so I kind of position myself in the comedy community the way I wanted to. I truly believe the best way to lift yourself up is to lift others up around you. Right, so I kind of position myself in the comedy community to be that guy. So I got the nickname Comedy Dad. And now I have a minivan. And I drive comedian home in my minivan. But it's not really help. with the comedy day thing. But it gets even better. Tyler about cock blocked me last night, and Eric. Eric is filming. Give it up for Eric, guys. Yeah. So I'm trying to get my dick sucked, right? And Tyler takes me last night. He says, "Hey, please, takes me right away." And I'm like in the comedy den at me. I'm like, "Oh no, my little boy, what's going on?" So she went out for a smoke. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get a minute. I'll call Tyler." So I called him, and there was something like drama on the go with the last show that he ran with the comedian. I'm not gonna say names, but you know, I tried to calm him down, trying to give him some advice quickly before he came back from smoke. And he left, and he felt a little better. But then, a couple minutes later, he came back in the room and hanging out watching Dexter. I don't like Dexter. Oh my God! Yeah. Things are getting a little heated, and then Eric called me. I'm like, oh, damn. So I pick up the phone. And I'm like, "Hey man, what's up?" And Eric also kind of stressed out with the whole situation. And he doesn't ask me what's up. No one did. And he goes on to say what's going on with him and Tyler and the other comedian. And I'm trying to listen to him, but at the same time, I don't want to lose her, right? I don't want to lose that momentum I got going, right? So I'm like, he's going on, and I'm like, Eric, okay, can I? And I'm trying to like put him down lightly. I'm like, can I call you back tomorrow? I'm kind of hanging out with someone, right? You know, okay. Right, the typical Eric way he does. I'm trying to subtly say, I'm trying to get my dick sucked. But I can't say that because she's right there. Well, I can't say it, so I'll call you back later, right? So he ain't probably a bit confused, right? Because usually when people call me, I'm usually there right away for him, right? So he's a bit confused, and still got my dick sucked, so but the comedy man that I am, I called them back the next day to make sure they were okay. And you know what, they settled it on themselves. They figured it out all alone. They didn't even need me. Right? They grow up so fast, guys. But now I know what it's like to have a kid and he tried to cock block you. Not good. Come on, Tyler. I think I got like 5 minutes left. There's a timer in my wheelchair here. Got a screen and everything. Be cool, man. So you do tricks. Everybody see a trick?
Yeah!
Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost there. How far do you think I could go back? How far? Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna tip over! Oh no! I thought I could go! I'm just kidding, that's it right there. Well, yeah. Move for the man pressing a button. Oh, so exciting! Oh man. I love coming to the Petery though. Anyone else here love the Petery?
Yeah!
Ever running a show here with Tyler every Wednesday called Last Minute Comedy? Right there. Taylor wanted that in the background, but I'm still unsure about what my brain on this. We'll see how it works out. Maybe we can blur in the background if we need to. Tanner said farted too much. You know he will. He's been waiting. But the characters here, Peter, you're weird, man. But I remember I was performing here on Montreal Streets. And I got off stage and I was continuing to drink and enjoy the show. And I see this guy eyeing me from across the room, right? I didn't really think nothing of it. Cause I'm crippled, I'm used to people staring at me. It's okay, you can laugh at that one. Thank you. So whatever, I just continued to drink. But then later on, I accidentally made eye contact with him. Note to you guys, do not make eye contact with a stranger at the Peterie. It might not end up very well. So when I made eye contact with him, he came over to talk to me. But instead of getting up and walking over, like any normal person would, except for me, of course, he hopped from one chair to the next chair, to the next chair, to one more chair. And then he stood up and began to talk to me. And I'm thinking, great, we're off to a wild start. So I'm thinking, he's gonna say something like, hey man, you did great, you're funny, cause I'm a comedian and it's kind of attention I crave. Tell me I'm funny and I'll be your friend forever, right? But no, that's not what he does. He comes up to me and he said, hey man, do you ride canoes? I'm like, no. He said, well, you look like you're gonna have a lot of upper body strength. What the is this? You trying to fly away or something? So it looks like you got a lot of upper body strength. And I said, no man, I figured because you got a lot of upper body strength, you go canoeing. And I'm like, no man, I'm just crippled. It comes with the territory. And so he said, oh, alright, well, I have a cabin that's 4 hours away. We should go canoeing there. And I looked at him very strangely, and one would, when a stranger at the Peterie asked you to go for a canoe ride 4 hours away. And he must have caught on, so he backed up. He said, or we could go to Powered Pond, and we could go canoeing there. I thought, great. Do I want to die 4 hours away? Or do I want to die in Powered Pond? So keep in mind where I am, I'm at the Peterie, so I don't want to say yes, but I also don't want to say no, and I don't want to get stabbed. I have enough disability problems to deal with. I do not need to add getting stabbed to that list. So I told him, yes, and you know what, buddy? I'll think about it. He said he looked so delighted, as if there were going to be a chance, right? And he said, oh, awesome, all right, my buddy. Well, I'm here every week, and if you ever want to go canoeing, you just let me know. But I'm like, all right, buddy, whatever you say, right? So I'll come back next week. You got them. Come back the week after. Start on there. Come back the week after that. I'm starting to think this guy is a liar. Brian, never fucking seen him again. But I'm still lie awake at night wondering, sometimes I wonder, did canoe guy ever find his canoe friend? And if so, make friends 6 feet under right now. Couldn't believe that would be me if I said this. Oh my. Be careful, boys. Be well placed. I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna do one more joke and get off here. What am I gonna do? It's right on my brain. I had a roommate. I'll tell you about my roommate. What's up, Patrick? How'd it go, buddy?
Keep my name out of your mouth.
I'll say your name as much as you want, Patrick. Oh, Patrick, good buddy of mine. He's also in a wheelchair, if you ever noticed. Kinda hard not to. I know. But we get a lot of privileges because we're disabled. And one of them is that we get to get someone in the movies with us for free. For a little pass. And the only thing is, the person who comes with us, technically, they're liable to look at. Thanks, brother. I'm almost done, buddy. I know you're itching, but like, we're almost there. We're in the home stretch. The person that comes in with us is liable for us if there was an emergency. Right? If there was like a fire or something. But we abuse this because I used the same card to get him in for free. So if you think about it, technically the cripple is looking after the cripple. And after the fire, you all better get out of the way. We're gonna mow you down, boys. Kid, woman, man, kid, doesn't matter, man. Society won't blame us. They think we're it anyway. Get away with so much. I run over people's toes, and they apologize to me. Who else can get away with that, right? Like if you ran over someone's toes in your van, they're probably gonna get mad at you, right? They're probably gonna sue you. But if it was me that day, the side door opened up. The ramp comes down. I come rolling out. Oh, it's okay. You didn't know any better. It's fine. Bye. This has been my time. Thank you very much.